Good question. What she means to say is, apart from other kinds of sadhana that people do, also in Kriya, there is one part where you visualize. She said, imagine, I would rather like the word visualize, the certain centers in our system, Chakras. The question was, we are imagining them or we are visualizing them, but does that visualization take us to the subtler psychic connections, or is it merely our visualization? Let's start with this. You can sit down. Anything that we do on this earth needs a visualization. One quality that we have, animals are very intelligent. Sometimes I think my dog is more intelligent than me. Sometimes, not always. But one thing that they don't have is the capacity to visualize. Even the chimpanzee is actually very dexterous and very intelligent in many ways. You'll be surprised to know that it has one chromosome more than us. Take one chromosome off and you're a Homo sapien. Right? So, but it cannot visualize. It doesn't have the capacity. Now in Sanskrit, the word for visualization is sankalpa. Now, sankalpa, or the capacity to visualize, is unique to us, and we are sharing it with the higher level of beings who have visualized this universe. And when you visualize, it later on becomes a reality. How? Suppose I want to build a house. What is the first step? I visualize the kind of house I want. And then I call an architect and I had a discussion with him. And then it materializes slowly into the house that I want. So where does it all begin? In the sankalpa. However, if you have a good capacity to do complete visualization with no disturbance whatsoever, and if you have the full energy to do it, which happens only when the mind is not distracted, is running around here and there, that visual capacity, sankalpa, can actually make things happen faster than they happen in the normal circumstances. This is called the power of sankalpa. Now, as far as the chakras are concerned, when you visualize the centers, first it is only your visualization. Gradually it penetrates into the psychic realm, and the chakras which are already existing there begin to unfold. First you begin by visualization. That visualization then becomes a reality. How? Because the reality which is already there is kind of stimulated to bloom, to expand. This is what happens. So, it's better not to use the word only imagination. I would rather say visualization. However, remember that visualization is not a bad thing. Depends on what you visualize. It can be creative, it can be destructive. So now we have to be very careful, which is why the yogis have been told to follow certain ground rules, of which one is not to cause injury to others. Because with the practice, your sankalpa becomes so strong that if you will something for yourself or on somebody else, it may work. So keep your mind clear and do not cause injury to others, because you're then sitting on a powder keg. If you don't know how to operate it, the other guy and you yourself may be blown up into the sky. So therefore sankalpa is a very sharp, double-edged weapon. So always have good sankalpas. Don't have it. Even if somebody is misbehaving with you, have good sankalpas. And And if you utilize your energies to create harm to others, eventually it will boomerang on you. So we have to be careful. I'm not saying you're doing anything to anybody, I'm just giving you a warning. When you practice Kriya, when you practice meditation, when your mind is without distraction, the energies are not wasted, so you really gather a great deal of energy. And this energy, if you use it on a sankalpa, it can soon become a reality. So think of good things, that's what I mean. Yeah, even in material world, it works sometimes, but then you get so caught up in it, you can't rise above it. Long ago, many years ago, Napoleon Hill wrote a book. It says, Think and Grow Rich. Well, it was for physical riches, but the same thing applies in our field also, in the psychic and inner field. Think and grow. We are not asking people to put their thought process in the freezer. Use it, but understand that what is real transcends thought. And to that you need a sharp intellect to understand this. The most intelligent person very soon realizes the limitations of his or her intellect. So there are many things beyond that, but no harm in using it in a proper manner.